All right. So let's start in a child's pose. Take your knees wide, sit back on your heels, reach your arms forward. And then place your forehead on the mat. Keep pressing your hips back to your heels. Reach your arms long. Reach through the side body, maybe even make spider fingers, reaching through the side body here. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. One more time, deep inhale through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Now start breathing in and out only through your nose on the inhale. Inflate your belly. Observe the breath moving through the back. On the exhale, make an audible sound with your lips closed. Child's pose is a great way to connect with your breath, so start cultivating that ujjayi, the audible breath. On your next inhale, move forward into a tabletop. Wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Let's take a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly as you lift your tail up, lift your heart up, arching your back. Exhale as you press the mat away, round your back like a Halloween cat and gaze at your belly button. Inhale, arching your back to gaze up, tail up like a happy cow. Exhale as you press the mat away, separate your shoulder blades, puff your heart up, and reach your back up to the ceiling. Last round here, inhale as you arch your back up, squeeze your shoulder blades behind you, elbows remain straight. Exhale as you puff your back, spine to belly button to spine, spine to the ceiling. And slowly come back to your neutral tabletop. On your next inhale, send your right leg back and drop the ball of the foot behind you. Let's sway to the back and front of the mat, stretching the back of the leg, stretching our calf muscle here. And then lift that back leg up. On your next inhale, bend your elbows, drop your chin as you lift the leg up. Exhale as you straighten your elbows, bring your knee to your nose, crunch it in. Inhale, send it back, elbows bend, chin to the mat. Exhale, crunch it in, straightening your elbows, knee to nose. Inhale, bend your elbows, drop your chin, lift that leg up. Exhale, crunch it in, straighten your elbows and crunch that knee into your chest. 2 more rounds. Inhale, drop down, lift your leg. Exhale, press up, knee to nose. Last one. Inhale, chin to mat. Exhale, nose to knee. Knee to nose. Send your leg back now, and then drop your left elbow down to the mat. You're going to make big hip circles here. So bringing that right knee to the right elbow down to the mat, scooping it up to the sky. Again, right knee, make 3 times, 3 circles in this direction. Exaggerate the circles, making as big a hip circle as you can. And then reverse the direction. Bring your knee to your elbow, scoop it up to the sky, back to the ground. Reversing the direction of the circle, making it as large as you can. Last time here. And then take that right knee behind your left knee and fold over. You're off to the side of the mat. You're kind of like in a cross-legged child's pose. Stay here if this feels good. Or walk your fingertips back up and sit up into Gomukhasana, sitting between your heels. Inhale as you reach your arms up. Exhale as you fold over your legs. Breathe here. This is quite an intense stretch for me, Gomukhasana. So breathe into those hips. Slowly come back up, coming back into your tabletop. Let's go for the second side. starting with 3 rounds of cat-cow. This time, maybe you want to add some hip circles or movements, any movements that feel good to your spine. Inhale as you arch your back, cat pose. Exhale as you press it up, maybe send your hips back like a cat pose, child. Inhale, arching your back, gazing up. Exhale, pressing it back, up and back, child pose. Inhale, arch your back, gaze up. Exhale, puff your back up to the ceiling as you take your hips back to your heels. Come back to the center, neutral tabletop, and then send that left leg back, long and strong behind you. Drop the ball of the foot down and sway from front to back of the mat. Stretching your calf muscle here. And then go ahead and lift that leg up. We're going to do that press down and press up. So on your inhale, bend your elbows, chin to the mat as you lift the leg up. Exhale, crunch it in, knee to nose. Inhale, send it back, bend your elbows, chin to mat. Exhale, elbows straighten, knee to nose. Inhale, send it back, bend your elbows, chin to mat. Exhale, crunch it in. 2 more times. Inhale, bend your elbows, chin to mat, lift that leg up high. Exhale, crunch it in, nose to knee to nose, sorry. Inhale, send it back, drop down. Exhale, press up, knee to nose. Send that leg back 1 more time, and then this time, drop to your right elbow and right forearm, and let's make the hip circles in the other leg. So big circles, bringing your left knee to your left elbow down to the mat, and then scooping it up 3 times in this direction. Big hip circles, exaggerate the movement. And then reverse the direction, bringing it down first and then kicking it out. Last time here. And then cross that left knee behind your right knee and sit back and take the same variation you took on the other side, either like a cross-legged child's pose or sitting up into Gomukhasana. Sitting between your heels, your knees are stacked one on top of the other. Inhale as you elongate your spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. Breathe. Gomukhasana is quite an intense stretch, intense hip stretch. And one side may feel like a little bit different than the other. Roll back, come back into a tabletop. And then tuck your toes, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Look up at your hands. Hands are shoulder distance or a little bit wider. Drop your head and neck. You don't want to hold your head and neck up. Maybe shake it out a few times. Yes and no. Feet are hip distance apart, toes in, heels out, just slightly. Press the mat away, maybe keeping a slight bend in your knee. Start taking your dog for a walk, bend one knee, press the opposite heel to the mat. Change sides. Change sides. Change sides, breathe through it. Change sides. And then come to a still down dog. Keep pressing the mat away. On your next inhale, roll forward, plank pose. Exhale, send your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, plank pose. Exhale, send your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Last time, inhale, roll forward, plank pose. This time, drop your knees, your chin, your chest, Ashtanga Pranam. Squeeze your elbows in by your side. Keep your toes tucked in. Inhale, press back up into a plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. So this is the vinyasa that we are going to do in this class. We're going to do knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Pranam. And then we're going to press up into a plank pose and then to a downward facing dog. Couple more times doing this vinyasa. Inhale, roll forward, plank pose. Exhale, drop your knees, your chest, your chin, Ashtanga Pranam. Squeeze your elbows in by your ribs. Inhale, press back up into plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, plank pose. Last time. Exhale, drop your knees, your chest, your chin, Ashtanga Pranam. Inhale, press back up, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to keep your knees on the mat when you press up into a plank. Anytime in a plank, feel free to drop your knees down. Just make sure that they are behind your hips. They are not underneath your hips like in tabletop. On your next inhale, right leg up into a three-legged dog. Bend your knee and stack open your hip. So you're peeling your hip open, pointing the right knee up to the sky, trying to kick your left bum with your right heel. Breathe here. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, step that right foot outside your right hand. Inhale, open that right arm up, open twist. Reach that right fingertips up to the sky, maybe turn your heart up to the ceiling. Breathe here. One more inhale. On the exhale, drop your right hand down, take it back to a three-legged dog. Take a deep inhale here in three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that right knee through between your hands. Drop your back knee down, Anjaneyasana, lift your arms up. Inhale as you come up tall, suck in your belly button, drop your tail down. Exhale as you send your hips forward, open your arms up, cactus arms, open your heart up to the ceiling. One more time, inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, open your heart, send your hips forward, heart up. Last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, reach up. On the exhale, drop your hands to frame the front foot. Bring the back foot a little bit closer. All 10 toes are pointing to the front. Inhale, reach the heart forward, preparing for pyramid pose. Exhale, fold over that leg. Both legs are strong and straight. In pyramid pose, all 10 toes are pointing forward. You can use blocks underneath your hands if you want. Breathe into the right hamstring. Take one more breath here. On your next inhale, step that back foot forward, sit your bum down, reach your arms up, chair pose. Keep sending your hips back and down. Keep sinking lower into that chair. More weight in your heels, less weight in your toes. Maybe wiggle those toes, lift those toes up off the mat. Inhale, stand up tall. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and pull that right hand over, side bend. Take a deep inhale here, and then you're going to take a half circle and fold all the way down to the mat on the exhale. Inhale, prepare halfway lift. On the exhale, take it back, plank pose. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees, your chest, your chin, Ashtanga Pranam. Inhale, press it back up to a plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Listen, we're going to do the same sequence on the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up, three-legged dog, bend your knee and stack open that hip. Try to press evenly through both shoulders. Feeling the hip open here, pointing the left knee up to the ceiling, kicking the right bum with your left heel. Take one more inhale here. On the exhale, step that foot outside your left hand. Outside your left hand. Inhale, take that left arm up, open twist. Reaching the fingertips up to the sky. Stay here, breathe. Maybe peeling your heart up to the ceiling as well. One more inhale here. On the exhale, drop that left hand down, send that left leg back, three-legged dog. Inhale here. Exhale, step that leg through, drop your back heel down, come up, Anjaneyasana. Reaching up with those fingertips. Come up tall as you reach up, drop your tail down, suck in your belly button. On the exhale, cactus arms, baby back bend as you stand your head forward. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms, baby back bend, press your head forward, breathe into that stretch in that right hip flexor. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, press forward, breathe into the right hip flexor. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Drop your hands down to frame the front foot. Tuck your back toes and bring that back foot in a little bit closer, setting up for pyramid pose. Both legs are straight, all 10 toes pointing to the front. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Exhale, fold over that leg. Breathe. This time, breathing into your left hamstring. Take one more breath here. And then step that right foot to the front of the mat, sit your bum down, reach your arms up, chair pose. Keep sending the weight back. Keep trying to lift your heart up, reach your fingertips up. Internally rotate those arms so that you're turning the pinky fingers inwards. One more deep inhale here. Exhale it out. Inhale, stand up tall. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and pull that hand over to the right. And then we're going to take a small half circle down to the mat, folding forward. Inhale, so half lift. Exhale, take it back, plank. Lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here in downward facing dog, mentally preparing yourself for doing the same sequence one more time. This time we'll speed it up a little bit. We won't hold in each pose for a very long time. So bringing that heart rate under your control. Trying not to anticipate anything, taking each pose as it comes. Inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog, bend your knees, stack open your hips. Exhale, bring that leg outside your right hand. Inhale, open that right arm up, open twist. Exhale, drop that right hand down, send it back, three-legged dog. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, bring that leg through, plant it between your hands, drop your knee, Anjaneyasana, reach your arms up. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, feel your heart open, baby back bend. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, fingertips down, preparing for pyramid pose. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Exhale, fold in pyramid pose. Inhale, chair pose. Step that back foot forward with your bum low, reach your arms up. Take a deep inhale here, one more time. Exhale it out. Inhale, stand up tall, grab your right hand with your left wrist, pull it over to the left, half circle, fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, take it back, plank to low plank, chaturanga. Inhale, press back up into a plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Listen, other side right away. Left leg up, three-legged dog, bend your knees, stack, open your hips. Exhale, bring that leg outside your left hand. Inhale, peel that arm open, open twist. Exhale, hand back down, three-legged dog. Inhale here. Exhale, bring that leg through, plant it between your hands, Anjaneyasana, reach your fingertips up. Take a deep inhale as you reach up. Exhale, peel your heart open to the sky. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, plant your hand down, step that back foot in, pyramid pose. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, chair pose, step that back foot forward, sit your bum low, reach your heart up. Stay here, one more breath. Inhale, stand back up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, pull it over to the right. Half circle down to the floor. Inhale, reach your heart up. Exhale, take it back, high to low plank, jump back if you want. Inhale, press back up to a plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple more breaths. And then we're going to do this one more time, one last time. Last round of the same sequence. Inhale, lift your right leg up, three-legged dog, bend your knees, stack, open your hips. Exhale, bring that leg, plant it outside your right hand, open the right arm up. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, plant that hand down, take it back, three-legged dog. Inhale here in three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that leg through, plant it between your hands, drop your back knee, Anjaneyasana, reach your arms up. Inhale as you reach your fingertips up to the sky, suck in your belly button. Exhale, cactus arms, baby back bend, press your hips forward. Inhale, back up. Exhale, plant your hands down, prepare for pyramid pose. Inhale as you reach your heart forward. Exhale, fold over that leg. Inhale, step pose, step to the front of the mat, reach your heart up. Exhale, stand up tall. Inhale, reach over to the left, grabbing a hold of your right wrist. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, take it back, high to low plank, jumping if you want. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Over to the other side, left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend your knees, stack open your hips. Exhale, bring that left foot outside your left hand. Open your arm up, open twist. Drop that hand back down, take it back, three-legged dog. Bring that leg through, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, reach your fingertips up. Exhale, peel your heart open, press your hips forward. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, drop your hands down, prepare for pyramid pose. Inhale, reach your heart forward, elongating your spine. Exhale, fold over that leg. Inhale, step pose, step to the front of the mat, reach your heart up. Exhale, stand up tall, grabbing your left wrist with your right hand, leaning over to the right. Half circle down to the mat, hold it over. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, take it back, high to low plank. Jump back if you want. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Drop your knees, child's pose. Taking a couple of breaths here in child's pose. Notice how your heart rate is now. If it's elevated like mine, using your breath to bring your heart rate down. Breathing mindfully. Slowly come back up, setting up into a plank pose. So spread your fingers wide, index finger is pointing forward. Press the mat away, send one leg back, then the other, coming into a strong plank. Strong plank, so your hips are not sagging down. They're not lifted up either. So your shoulders and your hips are at the same level. I'm going to do some shoulder strengthening here. Opposite shoulder tap. So tap your right shoulder with your left hand, left shoulder with your right hand. Drop down to your right elbow, drop down to your left elbow. Come back up to your palms. Left shoulder right, right shoulder left. Drop down to your elbows. Come back up. Two more times like that. Shoulder, opposite shoulder, elbow, elbow, palm, palm. Shoulder, opposite shoulder, elbow, elbow, palm, palm. Take it back, downward facing dog. Drop your knees, child's pose. Lift your heart up, slide your right arm underneath your left armpit. Drop your right shoulder down. Reach long with those left fingertips. Breathe into the twist. Slowly come up. Take it to the other side. Left arm threads underneath your right armpit. Reaching long with your right fingertips this time. Slowly come back up. Tuck your toes, press your hips back and up, downward facing dog. So I'm going to give you options for warrior three and the balancing curtsy. Instead of doing a balancing curtsy, you can come to like a drop your toes behind you, like a full curtsy lunge. And you can keep doing that or try to do balancing curtsy a couple of times and then come to a full curtsy. Your choice. So you guys know this sequence. So we'll just try to see if we can break it down a little bit more. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that right leg through, plant it between your hands, runner's lunge. So in runner's lunge, you want to reach the heart forward, press the back leg back so that there's one straight line from the crown of your head to your heel. From here, shift the weight to your front foot, power up your back leg, coming onto the ball of the back foot, and slowly rise up, crescent lunge. In crescent lunge, your back leg is strong and straight. I'm going to come back to that open heart Anjaneyasana here. Inhale as you reach your fingertips up. Exhale, drop the back leg to hover or all the way down to the mat and open your heart up. Inhale, reach back up. Straight leg, sweep your arms behind you. Shift your weight to the front foot and come to the tippy toes of your back foot. So this is a power lunge here. You can always choose this as an option versus warrior three. If you want to take it to a full warrior three, shift the weight entirely to your front foot and lift the back leg up. Keep pressing the back foot to the back wall, using your hips as a lever. Stay here in warrior three or that power lunge and breathe. Again, options here. Take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, left knee behind your right knee, drop the ball of the foot down, hands come to your heart center, curtsy lunge. Always an option, you don't have to come to a balancing curtsy. You can always come to a balancing curtsy if you want. Inhale, warrior three, or come back to that power lunge. Exhale, curtsy lunge or balancing curtsy. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, balancing curtsy. Last time, inhale, warrior three or power lunge. Exhale, balancing curtsy. This time, drop all 10 fingers to the mat. Take that back leg up this time if you have not yet. And then you're going to leave your right fingers on the mat. Sorry, left fingers on the mat. Reach your right fingers up. Revolved half moon. Keep that back leg strong and straight. Keep reaching that heart towards the right side of the mat. Take one more breath here. And then drop the ball of the back foot down. Reach up to a revolved crescent lunge. Right foot to the back of the left thigh. Left hand reaches up and over. This is a revolved or twisted crescent lunge. Taking one more breath here. And then opening it out to warrior two. Stay here, reaching both arms out, as if you're trying to reach your arms out to touch both ends of the room. Arms are strong and straight. Your palms are facing down. Generous bend in your front knee, your back leg is strong and straight. Flip your front palm, reach forward, inhale, exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, come back up. Face all 10 toes to the long edge of the mat. Reach your arms out, star pose. Take a deep inhale here as you bring your hands to your hips and peel your heart to the sky. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana, fold forward. Going to do Skandasana now. Bend your right knee. And come up to the, lift your back toes up, heel of the back foot. Stay here with fingertips on the mat, or you can bring your hands to your heart if you can. Breathe here in Skandasana, opening the internal inside of the left leg now. Breathe. Requires a little bit of balance. And if you have to keep your right heel lifted, that's okay. If you have to keep your fingertips down, that's okay. Now I'm going to turn and face the other side of the mat. So slowly start walking your fingertips forward and come to a runner's lunge, facing the back of the mat. hands down, inhale, left leg up to a three-legged dog. From here, you can come straight to a down dog or take a chaturanga, single-legged chaturanga. So left foot behind your right foot, inhale forward, exhale chaturanga, inhale to an up dog, exhale to a downward facing dog. Or you feel free to skip the chaturanga if you want. So we are going to do the same sequence, this time facing the opposite side and with the opposite other leg. Inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that leg through, plant it between your hands, runner's lunge. Set it up first with a really strong runner's lunge. Want you to press down with your front foot. Become really, really strong with your back leg. And then press up into a crescent lunge. You're going to do the same Anjaneyasana, cactus arm heart opening here. Inhale, reach your fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, drop your back knee down to hover or on the mat, open your heart up. Inhale, slowly come back up. On the exhale, power lunge, sweep your arms back, become really, really light on the back foot. Most of the weight is in your front foot. Take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, option, curtsy lunge, bring that back foot behind you, hands to your heart center. Again, you can choose to do this instead of doing a balancing curtsy. I'm going to do this a couple more times. Take your pick. Inhale, warrior three. Stay here in warrior three since we didn't stay here last time. If you are in warrior three, stay here or a power lunge. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, curtsy or balancing curtsy. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, balancing curtsy or curtsy lunge. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, curtsy lunge. Drop all 10 fingers to the mat. Lift the back leg up and send it back. Setting up for revolved half moon. This time, your right fingers stay on the mat. Left fingers reach up towards the sky. Breathe. Keeping that back leg really strong. That left leg is burning. Drop the ball of the back foot down. Reach the left hand to the back of the right thigh. Reach your right arm up and over. Twisted crescent. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, open up to a warrior two. Setting up a strong warrior, dropping your tail straight down. Keep that bend in your front knee, reaching the front knee to the front of the mat. So don't allow that knee to cave in. Keep pressing down with the back edge of the back foot. Listen, flip your front palm, reach forward on your next inhale, and then reverse your warrior, getting all that length in the left side of your body. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, straighten both legs. Turn all 10 toes to face the long edge of the mat. Inhale, reach up, star pose. Exhale, hands to your hips. Inhale, reach your heart up. Exhale, fold down, Prasarita Padottanasana. Breathing, breathing into your hamstrings. Sandasana. Other side, bending your left knee. Bring the right toes up. Hands to the heart center, or you can keep your fingertips on the mat. Breathe. Breathe into your right adductor muscles, inner thigh muscles. Fingertips down, walk yourself back to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift your right leg up to a three-legged dog. On the exhale, come to a downward facing dog or single-legged chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra, or maybe you stay in downward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Now you guys have the options. You can do like a power lunge instead of warrior three, and you can also choose to do like a proper curtsy lunge instead of a balancing curtsy. So with all these options in mind, take your pick. Be comfortable where you are. And then just move with your breath. Don't worry about falling out of it. If you fall out of it, just come back into it. Inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog, moving a little bit faster this time. Exhale, bring that leg through, plant it between your hands, runner's lunge. Inhale, reach your heart forward, reach up, crescent lunge. Exhale, drop your back knee down, open your heart, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, power lunge or warrior three, your choice. Hands to heart center, take a deep inhale. Exhale, curtsy lunge or balancing curtsy. Inhale, warrior three or power lunge, your choice. Exhale, balancing curtsy or curtsy. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, curtsy lunge. This time, drop all 10 fingers down, extend that back leg up, and then reach your right fingers up for a revolved half moon. Breathe here. One more deep inhale, reach that back leg long and strong. Exhale, drop the ball of the back foot down, twisted crescent. Right hand to the back of the left thigh, left hand sweeps up and over. Inhale here. Exhale, open up to a warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, take your arms up to a star pose. Inhale here. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale it out. Bend your right knee. Inhale, Skandasana. Sit down. Sit slow. Lift those left toes up. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale. Walk your fingertips to the front of the mat. Lift the left leg up. Three-legged dog. Inhale here. Exhale. Downward facing dog or take your single-legged vinyasa. Listen, we are doing the other side now. Inhale, lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left leg through, runner's lunge. Inhale, power up, crescent lunge. Exhale, feel your heart open, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, power lunge or warrior three, your choice. Inhale here. Exhale, curtsy lunge, balancing curtsy, your choice. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, curtsy, drop all 10 fingers down, reach that back leg back. This time, your right fingers stay on the mat, left fingers reach open, revolved half moon. Take one more deep inhale here. Exhale, drop the ball of the back foot down, twisted crescent, reaching your left hand to the back of your right thigh, reaching your right hand up. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, star pose, all 10 fingers, toes point the front of the mat. Inhale, open your heart up. Exhale, hinge and fold it over. Inhale, bend your left knee now, Skandasana. Sit back down. Slowly walking your fingertips to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach your right leg up to a three-legged dog, reach up. And then take your single-legged vinyasa or straight to a down dog. You made it. Drop your knees. Child's pose. Again, noticing your breath, noticing your body, noticing any anxiety or anticipation, anxiety, anything that comes up now. Just breathe it out, let it go. This too shall pass. It's just a 1 hour class. Slowly come back up. Downward facing dog. Now for some core strengthening exercises here. Setting up a strong downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring your right knee to your left elbow, coming almost to a plank pose. Slide that knee down to your wrist. Press it back up and press your hips back and up, downward facing dog. So when you come forward to that twist, you're almost in a plank pose. So you're not in a downward facing dog, you're rolling forward to a plank pose. Let's do the other side. Inhale, left knee to right elbow. Slide it down to your wrist, press it back to your elbow, and press your hips back and up, downward facing dog. So we're going to do 3 more times on each side. We'll do it 1 breath at a time. We'll speed it up a little bit this time. Okay, on your next inhale, right knee, left elbow, left wrist, left elbow, downward facing dog. Left knee, right elbow, right wrist, elbow, downward facing dog. Cross, lower, lift, press back. Cross, lower, lift, press back. 2 more times. Cross, lower, lift, press back. Use your core. Cross, lower, lift, press back. 1 more round. Cross, lower, lift, press back. 1 more time. Cross, lower, lift, press back. Drop your knees down. Child's pose. Slowly come up to seated. Your knees are wide. You're sitting back on your heels. I'm going to take it to a dancing camel now. So right hand behind you. Keep your left arm up. Press your hips forward. Reaching your left arm behind you. Deep inhale here. Breathe all the way from your left fingertips down through your left hip flexor to your knee. It's a great stretch for the entire front of the body. One more inhale as you press your hips forward just a teensy bit more. Exhale, slowly take it down. Other side, left hand behind you. Keep your right arm up. Lift your hips up, press your hips forward. Kind of like a half camel pose. Keep pressing your hips forward. Breathe into the entire front of the body here, especially on the right side. Right fingertips through the right hip flexor, all the way to the front of the thigh. You're stretching out your quad muscles here. One more inhale as you press your hips forward just a little bit more. Exhale, slowly come back to a seat. Let's stretch out the quads a little bit more. So, come up to kneeling, knees together. Take your feet to the edges of the mat for Virasana. Lean forward, roll the flesh of your calf muscles away from you, and then sit down between your heels. So, if this is not easy for you, want to plant a block and sit on the block. Perfectly fine to do that. But if you're sitting on the block, I want you to stay and not move anymore, not lean back. If you're comfortable here, sitting on the mat, then start leaning back. Only if you're on the mat, it's not if you're on the block. If this is comfortable, keep pressing your knees together and come down to your elbows. If you're pretty good, easy peasy here, come all the way down to the mat, take your arms overhead, grab opposite elbows and just breathe into the front of your thighs, your quad muscles here. This is a great stretch for strengthening and stretching your knees. But if you have kind of like weak knees, then you want to take it one step at a time and be really careful with this. Supta Virasana, supine hero pose. Slowly coming out of it, the same way you came into it. Elbows, hands, and then roll forward and swing your legs forward. More core strengthening. Plant your feet down. Grab the backs of your thighs. Setting up like you would for both pose. So lean back slightly, suck in your belly button, keep your back strong. From here, curl your toes up to face the ceiling, interlace your fingers, and bring your fingers close to your chest. I'm gonna do some twisting oblique exercises here. So dropping your right elbow down to the mat behind you. Slowly come up as you lift your left leg and bring it towards, bring the right elbow to left knee. Inhale, right elbow to mat. Exhale, right elbow to left knee. Take it to a full half boat, full boat. Inhale, extend your legs, right elbow to mat. Exhale, both toes, right elbow to left knee. 1, 2, going at the level you want to take it to. 3, 4, extending the legs out strong. 5, crunch it in. 6, twisting it in. 7, 8, and release. Coming into butterfly pose, toes of the feet touch, knees fall wide, flap your wings out if you want. Sitting up tall, take a deep inhale. Exhale, pull yourself forward. Slowly come back up. Setting up for the other side. Feet down, lean back, belly button in, back strong. Roll your shoulder blades down, and then point your toes up. Make a satellite with your fingertips and bring it close to your chest. This time we'll go for the other side, bringing our left elbow down behind us, and then to our right knee. You can extend the right leg or extend both legs. Inhale as you reach back down. Exhale, left elbow, right knee. Inhale, reach down. Exhale, up. Full boat, half boat, full boat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can do this. Just 2 more. Do it, do it. 8. And release. Coming back into your butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Inhale as you reach the crown of the head up. Exhale. This time, if you want, you can round your back and bring your forehead to your toes, allowing your back to relax. Breathe. Gosh, we are out of time almost. We may not get to the last sequence. Maybe we'll just take it into pigeon pose and call it a day. So take your legs out, grab the backs of your thighs and roll all the way down. Grab the soles of your feet, happy baby pose. Maybe rocking a little bit from side to side. Now bring your knees into your chest, grab the backs of your thighs and rock up and down. Reach your toes behind you, tap your toes to the front. Do this a few times and see if you can roll all the way up into chair pose. From here, stand up tall. Hands to heart center, right ankle comes to the top of your left knee, left thigh. Start sitting back if you want into a seated figure 4. Stay here or drop your fingers down. Stay here or take a flying pigeon. I'm not going to take a flying pigeon today. Slowly come up. Slide your right leg over your left leg. Reach both arms up. Grab your right wrist with your, left wrist with your right hand and lean over to the right. Slowly come back up and then fold over your leg. Your right foot stays on the mat, left foot lifts up, standing split. Take a deep inhale here. And then on the exhale, bring the left knee behind your right knee and drop the leg down, coming into Ardha Matsyendrasana, so you're seated on the mat. Taking a twist from here over to the right. And then drop your right shin down, sending the left leg back, coming into pigeon pose. Inhale as you peel your heart up. Exhale as you fold. Allow your hips to relax. Sorry for rushing through this last sequence. Inhale as you come back up. Feel your heart up, mermaid pose. And then swing that back leg forward into a 90-90. Right hand behind you, left hand reaches up and over again like that dancing camel. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, plant your hands down, take it back, downward facing dog. Take that right leg back into a three-legged dog. Bend your knee, stack open your hip, stay here or drop the ball of the foot behind you, come to the edge of the left foot and reach your right arm up and over, wild thing, Chamatkarasana. Inhale as you reach up, come back into a three-legged dog. Exhale, step that right leg through, left foot follows, chair pose. Chair pose at the front of the mat. We're going to start all the way from the top. Inhale, stand up this time. Left foot on your right thigh, hands to your heart center. Standing figure four. Stay here or sit back down. Stay here or drop your fingertips down. Take flying pigeon, your choice. Slowly come up. Slide your left leg over your right leg. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and lean over to the left. Slowly come back up and fold over your leg. This time, your right foot stays and your left foot lifts into standing splits. Take a deep inhale here and then bring that right knee behind your left knee. Drop the leg down, sit down into Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated twist. This time, left shin parallel to the front of the mat, send your right leg back, pigeon pose. Inhale as you open your heart up, exhale as you fold. Allow your hips to relax. Trying to slow your breathing down as we wind down the class. Inhale, slowly come back up, reach your heart up, mermaid pose. Exhale as you sit your bum down and swing that back leg around for 90-90. Left hand behind you, right hand reaches up and over like you're dancing camel in 90-90. Drop both hands down, take it back to a single-legged downward facing dog, reaching that left leg up this time. Bend your knees, stack open your hip, stay here or flip your dog, drop the ball of the left foot down, come to the edge of the right foot, reach your left arm up and over. Chamatkarasana. Slowly come back up, drop both your hands down, come back into downward facing dog. Drop your knees down, swing your legs around, and slowly roll yourself all the way down. Grab the outsides of your feet, happy baby pose. Allowing your back to settle down on the mat. Maybe wiggling a little bit so that you feel the weight of your back on the mat. Maybe swaying here from side to side, just winding down your practice. And then hug both knees into your chest. Allow both knees to drop over to the left. Reach your right arm out. Supine twist. How does the body feel now? As we start to slow down our practice and enter Shavasana, just noticing how you feel. Starting to become more internally present. Slowly come back up. Knees to chest, dropping both knees over to the right. Reach your left arm out, gaze to the left. Supine twist. Maybe closing your eyes down to encourage your mind to turn inwards. Slowly come up, hugging both knees into your chest. Give it a tight squeeze. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale, Shavasana, your final resting pose. Take up space on your mat. Remove all the props away. Taking your arms wide, palms face up. Ankles drop open, your shoulders way down on the mat. Drawing your chin towards your chest so that you can rest comfortably on the back of your head. Notice if you're holding your low back up. If so, allow your low back to relax, but keep that natural arch in your back. Start noticing your hips. We did a lot of hips today. Hip opening, hip strengthening. More of a lower body focused practice. So if you want, send your thoughts, send your attention down to the lower part of your body. Maybe noticing the blood throbbing in your veins there. Noticing the soft breeze between your toes. If your mind wanders, gently nudging it back to the present moment, to how your body feels. How is your heart rate now? If you feel like staying in Shavasana for longer, tune me out and stay in Shavasana if you want to end practice with me. Slowly start bringing attention to your body, wiggling your fingers, movement to your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes, maybe rolling your toes around, rolling your ankles around, rolling your wrists. Taking a good morning stretch, reach with those toes and your arms. Take a deep inhale through the front of the body. And on the exhale, roll over to your favorite side and come up to a tall seat. Practice felt a lot more intense to me this time. I don't know if it was because I was teaching or because I made it tougher, I'm not sure.
Certain aspects.